It's the NFL on EA Sports, where we'll see this team's field-stretching tight end, who's closing in on 1,000 yards receiving on the year. We can hardly wait for the start of this one, and it's kicking off next on Madden NFL 25.
What better way to start off the afternoon than with some football, huh? It's time to get things started here on the NFL on EA Sports. All right, football fans, settle in because we got bragging rights on the line in this one. Kate, Scott, Brock Hewitt here with you as we get set for a division rematch. Brock, one side seeking a sweep and the other looking for some revenge after how that first showdown went.
What do they say about familiarity? Familiarity does what?
It breeds something, Brock. It breeds, contempt.
It breeds contempt. These teams don't like each other. They can fake it. They can say all the right things in the papers. They don't want any bulletin board material. But the fact is, you know your division foes better than anybody, and they know you. And that familiarity does.
Lucky week 13 it is. Everyone hoping for a little good fortune this time around as we enter the home stretch of the regular season. He stopped on the return at the 27. So here comes their offense for its opening drive. And in his 8th season as a QB, he's the one to lead them out.
Last week, Kate, you won't call his effort wasted, never. But you wish a game like that would have come in a win instead of showing up in a contest they ended up dropping. 2 touchdowns, no picks. That's the type of game that wins are typically built off of.
First play is to the air. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. We get a look here at the receiving numbers for him from last week. Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. Pickup of 2 here. And that gives them the first. Back to the well again. And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10. Pass play coming here. That's pulled in by the rookie out of Oklahoma. And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the first. 3rd and a lone yard coming up. Back to throw now. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll only find 1 yard up the gut, 2nd down.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
And they're going to bring him down after a good gain to the 40. 8 yards on that play, and they only have 1 now to go on 3rd down. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Short pass brought in. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. They'll say he got 5 there, but Brock, all they care about is the first down that comes with it. They're set up at the 35 now. They go play action on 1st. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. 6 yards to pick up there. That's going to bring up 3rd and 4. Back now, pressure on its way. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
So many coaches love 3rd downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, Coaches know, got to execute and convert on these third downs. A dependable kicker, man, that is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
That's going to be taken in at the 8. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. So out comes their offense for its first possession of the game. And we'll get a look at their signal caller playing in his 7th season.
Hey, it wasn't a banner game you had last week, stuff in the stat sheet, but still one that falls squarely into the good territory. Had a couple touchdowns to make up for the 1 interception, and his effort was enough to be one of the pillars in their win, and certainly some momentum to build on today.
And he found some running room for a nice game. We'll look at his numbers on the ground from last week here. Second and 3 now. From the 36. Hits his running back. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. All right, set now. 1st and 10. They kick the running back in motion. They'll throw on 1st. Throw left side, complete. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. Looking right, and he finds him. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Throwing from the gun here. And oh, he missed over the middle there. Lucky that one didn't end up worse. That's swatted away, incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. A give now from the gun. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. Only 2 yards on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 8. They motion the tight end over. Here he is on 3rd and long. And he let his man too much there, Brock. Incomplete, 4th down coming up.
Can't cover it much better than that really well-covered Kate on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
They'll bring out the punter here. He punted 4 times last week in the win, and his first of this week is away. The visitors and their running back about to get back to work. And you can see he's done his part on offense this season, sitting 2nd right now in the league in rushing touchdowns. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st.
Now, don't think for a second they're going to slow down the tempo. Defense on their heels, and right now is the best chance to go push that envelope and get aggressive.
To the air now on 1st and 10. Completed over the middle. And he's down after getting this up to the 41.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Play clock down to 0, and the flags come out. Must have lost sight of the play clock there, Brock, because the quarterback could have snapped it in time, but instead, they take the penalty.
Still 2nd down.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. That's incomplete left side. Looking for his wide receiver there. And that makes it 3rd down. They'll throw it. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
They're out now, ready to punt it. And we'll see how his debut offering goes. Fair catch called for, and he's got it right near the 30-yard line. That punt goes unanswered, no return there. And they're going to take over possession. They'll get this drive started, 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Finds a man right side. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. Ooh, after that play, we can tell he's hurting. He's someone they need to help their playoff hopes. Training staff working on him now. New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Completed to his running back. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line.
Translatable skills. That's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
Play action on 1st down. Finds him over the middle. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. 16 yards on the play. And they'll have 1st down. One quarter down in this all-AFC South contest. Just a field goal separates these two. Back in a moment with more of the NFL on EA Sports. We're back, and we'll join this drive already in progress to begin quarter 2. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Throwing on 2nd and 11. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Throw on 3rd down. He keeps those feet in and makes the catch.
Kate, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns, he puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
Running back sent in motion. Throwing with a blitz on the way. He's got it to his running back. He has the touchdown. So the offense showing a slightly different dimension there, Brock. Getting the running back involved with his hands for the touchdown.
Yeah, such an advantage. I think when you think about it, Kate, it really is about the 80s where we start to see these running backs not just tote the ball as runners, but be real weapons when they get the ball in the passing game. Yeah. That's well done.
Looking to tack on the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And these guys take a 4-point lead. They put a touchdown on the board, and now they'll send it away. Brings in the kick at the 9. He stopped on the return at the 27. The offense getting set to go. They struggled to produce on that last series, but better results ahead as they take possession here. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Airing it out to start this drive. He's got it over the middle. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. 2nd down now, 7 to go. He's going to throw this one. Oh, tried forcing it to the slant. It's intercepted. And they stop him before he gets much on the return.
You know, one of the beauties of the game of football is it never sits still. It's constantly adapting. And that nickel defense right there, critical in taking the ball away. And when you think about nickel defense, you think about Rondé Barber, won the Hall of Fame in the summer of 2023, really revolutionizing the position of the nickelback. That nickel defender and that nickel defense, critical in that takeaway we just saw.
The home teams are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And he's been one who has wowed the league and made a lot of fantasy owners very happy, too. You can see he's leading all quarterbacks in passing here in November. Finds him on the crossing route. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. They'll get 18 yards there. And it'll give them a 1st down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
And he's in. Touchdown! These guys make them pay for turning it over. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the 1st half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
Kicking unit comes out for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And his guys drive their lead to 11. Now after the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition can do. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. They'll have decent field position to begin with here, Brock. He's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line. Now this offense getting set to work here. And they find themselves trailing by 11 as they take over down 14-3. From the gun, they're going to hand it off. And they limit this to a minimal gain to around the 34. 2nd down now, 7 to go. From the 34. Too much lead on that throw. That falls incomplete ahead of his target.
You know, there's not a lot of tight ends who are true weapons this far down the field. Not a lot of cover guys who can match up with them in terms of size. They tried to get it to him in a spot where he could win it, but no connection to be made.
And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The home teams and this running back headed back out for a new series. And he finds himself across an important benchmark for yards this season after that last drive. He stayed pretty busy this season, and the numbers show just that. 1st and 10, looking to throw. Looking underneath, and the back brings it in. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Lone back gets the handoff. And he'll get it up to the 44. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up. Here's a throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's able to cross midfield before going out. That's good for 7 yards. And that'll give him a 1st down. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he's brought down for a loss.
Kid, I'll never forget walking into the Hall of Famer Dwight Freeney's meeting room with those defensive linemen. The late, great John Tierlink, his coach, he had a little sign up in his office, and it was sacks, and that money sign was the S, because ends and D linemen make their money with sacks. But you win games when they stop the run like that for a tackle for loss.
Big gainer here as he picks up 20, and it'll give him a first down.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
Short pass brought in. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. 2nd and 6 coming up here. They bring their tight end left. From the 27. Connects on the crosser. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I'm sure, Coach, the play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth, but a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it, except for this defense that just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
They really need some chunk yardage here on 2nd down. The give now out of the shotgun. And he's taken down with a short gain to the 25. It's about 3 yards, but still a tall mountain to climb. 3rd and long upcoming. Looking to the air here. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long. The decision is to take the 3. Out comes the field goal unit for this try. This 42 yards from the right hash. And that one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. And that extends their lead to 14.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
Has this at the 6. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. This offense ready to get going again now. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Finds the in route complete. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 27 on the play. And they're going to have a 1st down. Setting up a throw. Complete out to the right. And he works this to the 38 before going down.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And he'll get them enough for a 1st down. Now we have our 2-minute warning. They're set up at the 35 now. Throwing it again here. Dump off caught by his back. And he takes it across the 30 before heading out.
Well, this is the type of game we've come to expect from him as a runner, toting the ball, but he's just as adept at turning the screen into the same kind of yardage, too.
Connecting on the slant. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. To the line we go. They're set. 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Touchdown! Well, great work there, Brock. They weathered the storm, and now they've gotten themselves right back into this ball game.
Anybody who's played this game has been here before. The game doesn't start the way you want. You're in a big hole, and all you can do is climb out of it. And the words of Pete Carroll resonate. It's not how you start, it's how you finish.
PAT effort coming up. Extra point sent right down the middle. And these guys chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Starting from the 5. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The home team's ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And at the pace he's begun the game throwing the football, Brock, he is in line for a special type of performance if they need to keep throwing it until the end. Now they send their back in motion right. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it 2nd down. Throwing now from the gun. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete. That one vehemently swatted away. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. They send a tight end in motion. They'll run it here on 3rd down. And this one doesn't go far. The defense calls a timeout. That's their first. They'll send out the punting unit. And this will be his 2nd effort of the contest. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. Fair catch called for and made just outside the 20. We don't get a return out of that punt. And it'll be their football. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Looking for a throw here. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Offense at the line, but they won't snap it. We've got a timeout. After the sack, another pass on 2nd down. That one doesn't find its man, incomplete.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
They'll run it from the gun. And he cannot shake the tackler along the line of scrimmage. The defense calls a timeout. That's their first. So out now comes the punter. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. And he's brought down before the return gets far. This offense headed out as we get a look at their running back. And as he accumulates catches this season, Brock, some have stuck out to us more than most. And we had one of them on that last drive as he's reached a significant milestone for himself this year. They go play action on 1st. It is cut left side. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. That's 16 on the pickup. And it sets up 1st down. Signals, and looks like we've got a timeout before that 1st down play. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Back now, pressure on its way. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Throwing the out route complete. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They'll get 31 yards on the play. And that will set up 1st and goal. Signals, and looks like we've got a timeout before that 1st down play. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Still sticking with the passing game. Too much on that, and it sails through the end zone, incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. And that makes it 2nd and goal. They'll throw it again. And through the back of the end zone and out of bounds.
QBs, well, they're a lot like the great shooters in the NBA. Hey, listen, sometimes you're going to miss. You just got to shake it off and keep shooting away.
Third down from the gun. No better luck than the last play, Brock, as he just has to get rid of it.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one, Kate. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back on track.
The 12-year vet strikes true. And that'll push it to double digits in a two-possession game.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm and start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Return starts from the goal line. And this drive will start inside the 25. They've got 1st and 10, Brock, but time for maybe 2 plays at most if they even want to try anything. Yep, as expected, they go to the ground to start this one off. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. He'll throw it. He throws a bullet deep to the right. He's got it inside the 25. And he flips the field for them before being taken down. So we're at halftime with one side enjoying a pretty decent 10-point advantage as we send things over to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando for the EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the rest of the league can wait. We'll see how they're faring later. Our focus, it's on these two teams as we skip halftime and get right back to this contest. He fields it from the 8. He's stopped on the return at the 27. The offense being led back out by its quarterback as they get geared up for their next possession. And as we play through November, you can see that this hot start has continued. He's the NFL's leader in touchdown passes. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They'll motion him out of the backfield. Nowhere to go with it, so he just throws it away.
They would sure love to connect on some of these intermediate throws, those chunk throws. Getting a completion like that, well, not only does it spark your offense, but it just sets you up for even more aggressive play calling.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
That sure ended up being worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
So not an enviable spot here as they come up on 3rd and very long. He'll throw it. Finds him over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That goes for 36 yards. And that'll be a 1st down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
On 1st down, they'll run. And he runs into a wall there. Multiple defenders ready to stop him cold at the line. We've got a break in the action. Looks like someone was shaken up on the play. Medical personnel out now to attend to him. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Back-to-back carries here. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 12 there. And that gives them the 1st.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
To throw here on 1st down. Caught quickly on the slant. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. 2nd and 6 coming up here. down the 31. And that's nearly intercepted, but couldn't hang on. Just a harmless incompletion. It's third down. Pass play now. Completed over the middle. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
That's now the 3rd sack of the game, and I know how these defenders start to think, how many more can I tally up before this one's over? Still a bunch of game time. And this defense, well, they're feeling it.
Let's see what they dial up on a 2nd and very long. They'll motion him out of the backfield. Hits him on the in route. And he gets a small chunk there before he's touched down.
Kate, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
When we think about safeties, I mean, it's just right in the name, right? The safety is the last line of protection in the passing game. We don't think of them as blitzers. But, Kate, let me tell you, for a safety blitz to get home, they got to be great disguisers. They can't show that blitz early. That safety didn't, and the quarterback took the brunt of the contact.
Their punter making his way out now. And he's hoping for a well-placed strike. And this one is out of bounds, no return on the kick. The visitors back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Here's a give up the middle. And he won't win the race to the outside. That run's bottled up at the line. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10. They give it to him again. And he found some running room for a nice gain. 7 yards on the carry. Now they've got 3rd and 3. They're throwing it. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover. Well, no doubt they envision that as the start of a 2nd half push for the lead. But the defense, well, defense had other ideas, Brock, protecting their team's advantage and taking possession back on the first play of the series. Not
the way you needed to start the half if you were thinking comeback, but exactly the way to start the half if you're trying to take this lead and step on it. That's a defender who sensed the need for a splash play and delivers.
They're out and set. 1st and 10. They'll throw to begin this drive. Throw left side, complete. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made. 2nd down now, 7 to go. He's dropping back to throw. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And he adds some yards to the pick before they bring him down. Now that right there, that is rising to the occasion in the red zone, partner. Could have saved 3 points there, maybe twice that with that interception.
You know, these defenders are willing to bend and bend. These offenses are so good in this league, and they know how critical the red zone is. And when you get an interception like that, you just break. You break the will of that offense and the confidence, and those are big time. You're right. Put some points on the board for that defense with that effort.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down. Motioning him from the slot right. They'll run here on 1st down. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
And this one's dropped for what would have been a nice gain.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Here he is on 3rd and long. Along the sideline, he brings it in. They say he got the feet down too. Excellent work. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
Kate, when you watch the combine, you'll watch guys try to make this throw. And without chemistry, it's so hard to execute. That was picture perfect. That's a QB and receiver on the same page because that route, that deep out to the field, that takes just a different level of connectedness.
And he's tackled for a short gain. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. Sticking with the option. He's headed right. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
A split second, all that kept the defense from making a stand right there. It's amazing, man. This game of inches and split-second reactions. A nice bit of burst, surge forward for enough to go get that first by a couple before they could finally drag him down. Perception and reality, Kate. The perception out there from the public is edge rushers are defined by their sacks. The reality in the locker room and in the huddle is you can be defined by your relentlessness. And his motor never stopped. Helped him track it down for a loss on the outside.
And they make the tackle at the 38.
Gosh, I really like this receiver on that drag route in particular. Why? Because he's a guy that creates after the catch. They don't close quickly. He can take it to the house.
And the defense was ready. They got him at the line. Just short on 3rd down. No gain on the run. And now what will they do on 4th?
You know, I'm not sure what else could have been done there, Kate. Just the right call defensively to come up with a 3rd and short stop.
Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1. Another carry for him. Fought off a tackle, but he lost the football. And no turnover. It's going to stay with the offense. They come through with 6 yards there, Brock, and they're rewarded with a new set of downs. All set up now for 1st and 10. They'll try and throw it here. Brought in right side. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down. Hand off to the back. And he stopped, so that's going to take us to the end of the 3rd. So they'll be set up with a 1st and goal when we come back. This one not out of reach quite yet, but it is a 2-score game to begin the 4th. Might be trying to power this across, Brock. They've got 3 tight ends out there. It's 1st and goal. Goal to go. It's a pass play. This one's caught. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was first down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
The play clock ran all the way down there, and this is going to cost the offense. Everyone was set and at the line. The quarterback just didn't snap it before the play clock hit 0.
Still second down.
Getting in their own way, Brock, as they'll line this up 5 yards further back for 2nd and goal. They've got a man in motion. They'll run here following the penalty. And he made a bid for it. It's a good gain that's stopped down at the 3. An 8-yard gain on the ground, and that's going to bring up 3rd and goal. Back to throw. Gets it towards the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back into rhythm.
Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And it pulls them back within 1 score here in the 4th.
His make there, they had to have that one. And it really does set up a judgment call down on the field. And this is where special teams coach and head coach are talking about game management. You've got 3 timeouts left, so you really can write either script you want. Onside kick or send it deep.
And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. This offense and their quarterback making their way back out there, ready to take over once again. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Now looking to throw. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive down the field. Those windows and throwing lanes, Kate, they're not open very long, and it only takes a little bit for a throw to be thrown off.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back them up ahead of 4th down.
Kate, the game wasn't on the line with that series, but don't tell the defense because they brought the urgency and juice like it was. Getting the sack, setting up 4th down, well, it picks everybody up on that sideline, and now their offense gets a chance in a 1-score game.
Punt team on the field. And they could really use a good one here. And he sends this away, definitely his best kick of the game thus far. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. The visitors returning their offense and this running back to the field. And those legs must be tired, but he ain't stopping, Brock. Not with the type of game that he's been having for himself on the ground. Here's the handoff. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
And he's going to be brought down at the 42. Give him 6 yards on the run, so it's going to be 3rd and 5. Back to throw. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or 2 and 3rd downs critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hands, the coach wants to see them convert those.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. He has it at the 13. And something on the return, but not much, as it still ends inside the 20. That punt gets up to 59 yards. And they'll be backed up a good bit for this drive. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3. He'll look to throw. A quick throw is swatted away, incomplete.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
From the gun on 3rd down. He puts some power on a deep one left. And they really went for it on 3rd down, didn't they? But the heave falls incomplete. Now they're facing 4th down. Looking for his wide receiver there. And that'll bring up 4th and 3. On is the punt team, and away goes the punt. Fair catch called for, and he brings it in. Looks like right at about the 29-yard line. So no return on that punt. And it's going to be their football coming up. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Short pass brought in. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. 3rd and just 2 to go. Dropping back to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Dumped off to his running back. And he gets back to the line, but no more.
And the defense was all over that throw, able to stop it right at the line. They could smell that one coming, and they sniffed it out in a hurry.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And this one doesn't work any better. Defense there to drop him at the line again.
Big man up front said, "Not in my house." Let me tell you, Kate, once you're in the grasp of one of those big old fellas on the D-line, you're done. They would say it on the East Coast like this: it's over. Over.
And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up. Trying to find his tight end. So that brings up 4th and long. They'll bring out the punter here. And he's going to do the honors for the 4th time today. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. Call that punt a 52-yard effort. And they'll get ready to go on offense. They kick the running back in motion. They'll throw on 1st. Complete over the middle. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12. Ball at the 33 for 1st down. Here's a handoff up the gut. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
That's pretty good right there now. You don't always expect a sizable gain when you run it on 1st down. You just want some yards to set up an easier 2nd down play. But they will take that execution every time.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down. Back to the well again. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Hey, range? Range is not an optional feature for middle linebackers in today's game. It's a prerequisite for the job. And this guy definitely has it. Followed that play from the start, and he ended it with a loss.
That one's complete right side. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. The end result there, 15 yards and a 1st.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Give now to the running back. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Give him 4 yards as we have hit our 2-minute warning. So that brings us to the 2-minute warning. These guys leading by 7. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Motioning the tight end left. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's going to take this only to about the 31. So now here's 3rd and 5. They'll try and pick this up on the ground. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. No surprises here. Defense quick to stop that clock. We've got 1:53 left in this game. And that one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. And that'll push it to double digits in a 2-possession game.
The best kickers I've been around here over the last few decades, they relish these moments. They know the hard work all their buddies on offense and defense have done. And when they can make it a 2-score game and be clutch when it matters, these are the moments they live for.
And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Now outruns their offense to take over. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. Finds a man right side. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. Here's 2nd and 7. Oh, and the rush is too much. He's taken down. Keeping that pace going as the clock continues to run. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete. Trying to force one through there. And now they're staring at 4th and long. To throw. Ooh, someone got a hand on that one downfield, but he still makes the catch. They've got to keep moving quick here. Play action on 1st down. Fits it through the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. He'll throw it yet again. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down. Now he'll throw off the play fake. Ooh, would have been a big gainer if they connected, but they could not. Instead, 3rd down coming up. Throwing now. Passing struggles, bleeding over from that last play. He's forced to get rid of this one.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? And they chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. And that one's going to be knocked away, and that's going to force a change in possession. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. With the win in hands, they'll take the knee, let this clock run out.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So something to be proud of, Brock, as they come away with a win. And they take not just a victory, but some serious year-long bragging rights home with them after this one, as they finish off the sweep of their division rivals. So that'll do it for this one. With Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. It was a great effort from our winners as we say thanks for watching and have a great rest of your day.